G'day everyone, welcome back to Ride Road Dirt. In today's video, we're working on the DRZ 400. We're installing the windshield and the GPS. I haven't pulled this thing apart before, so it'll be learning for both of us. We're going to install the windscreen first, so let's see how we go. So the first thing we've got to do is mark out where we need to punch our holes for the windscreen. So I'm going to go as tall as I can without hitting anything, because I want maximum wind protection for my head. Okay, now we've got our 4 holes marked out. We need to take the head light shroud off. It's just 3 screws, 1 on each side and 1 in the bottom here. Then it should be just easy as pull it out gently. There it is, it's just a piece of plastic. There's not much to it. There's your hole there, and 1 at the bottom. So we've got our bolt with the washer on it. We need to put that through the windshield. In between the windshield, we need to have our rubber grommet. So you can see our bolts up there and down there. It's quite close to that shroud, but we'll still be able to get our nut on there. So another washer and then a nut afterwards. Okay, so they're all started. I'll tighten them up. We'll chuck it back on the bike and see what it looks like. Okay, so there it is. Let's chuck it on, see how it looks. So here's the view from the rider's perspective. It's going to give us a bit more protection under here, especially for our GPS that we're going to mount here. I'll take it for a ride and I'll see just how much wind protection I get. I might still need to get just another little attachment up here for those long highway rides, but that's definitely going to be an improvement. Looks wise, they're never the toughest looking thing around, but at my age and what I want to do, I'm more about comfortability. So I'm pretty happy with that. I'm looking forward to testing it out and seeing how it goes. Part 2 of the video today is we're going to install this GPS. I've never installed one before. Let's see how it turns out. Okay, let's do an unboxing and see what we get. I'll put the link for this in the description. That way if it's any good and you need a GPS for your DRZ, you can look into one of these. So it's 5-inch screen. I didn't want anything too big. As long as it brights up nicely and I can see it in all weather conditions, that's all I'll need. So we have the screen with the power outlet. That is to attach to our bar. That will go inside these depending on what bar size you have. So hopefully that will fit. That's another power cord, so we can plug it into the USB or we can plug it straight into our battery with this one. Positive and negative terminals. We can run it up underneath the tank. Honestly, I think to test it, we'll just see if we can fit it and we'll try it with the USB connector and we'll give it a few goes, and if I'm happy with how it is, then I'll connect it straight to the battery. And that is to connect us at the back of the screen so it's nice and stable. So I think we'll see if we can connect it to the handlebars easily enough first. We'll see how it goes for a few rides just via the USB cord, and if I'm happy with everything, I'll then run the wiring straight to the battery and we'll make it permanent. Okay, here we are at the bike. We've got everything we need to get this install done. So it should fit up here, this sort of where I want it, just in the middle. I don't want it to overtake the screen so I can still see my speed. I've got my USB charger port here. So somewhere around there, we'll see if we can get the bracket installed on the bar here. We'll see how it all turns out. So here is our holder for our bar. I think it might be too big. We'll loosen it off and see how it sits. So it's just a touch too big. We'll probably need just one insert, so we'll have a look at them. Couple of different sizes. We'll put the two bigger inserts in, so it closes that gap in there just a little. Yep, so they just don't touch, which is good, so the screws can just pull them together. That's going to work quite well. So I'm just playing with this. I think if I loosen this off, I'll be able to position the screen sort of straight up or where I need it. Yep. So we're going to have a play with that and just see where we can make it sit and where it sits best. Okay, I've got it there. It's starting to get late, but it's installed for now. If I plug it into the power, it should turn on. Oh, look at that. That's awesome. It's covered very nicely by the wind protection here. So I'll get it set, I'll get it on properly, I'll get everything sorted. It's nighttime now, so we'll go for a ride tomorrow and just see how everything works. Well, here we are, guys, testing everything out. It's a couple days later, got a bit busy. So the mounting brackets on it are pretty good, but it sticks out a little too far. I'm not sure if I want it sticking out at me as far as it is. It's not in the way of anything, but it's just, there's a bit of room back here. The mounting brackets are a little restrictive, but I guess that's what you get with a cheaper unit. But as soon as I flicked it on and sort of had it sitting where I wanted it, it connected straight to my my phone, and it also connected straight to my helmet intercom, which is so good. So I've got music playing in my ears, which I control from this. Whilst my music is playing, I've also got the GPS in my ear as well, just directing me. I don't know what else you really need to get out of these things, but for GPS and music, and I'm still going to be able to talk to my riding buddies, it's faultless. Flicked it on, and I've never ever used a CarPlay device in my life. It said, connect to this phone, pair, yep, done. And all my apps, my GPS navigation and everything was straight on there. Punch in the address where you want to go. It's telling me exactly where I need to go. We're taking it to get the roadworthy done today. So yeah, first impressions, faultless. I love it. The reason that I needed it was to stop having my phone out on the quad lock. The quad lock's great. I'm not worried about the vibration. The vibration dampening and all that on the quad lock is unreal. But the dust and the mud and the water and the dirt that you get all over your phone, for a $100 GPS install, I think it's well worth it. Like if I break this, I'm down $100. If you wreck your phone, you're getting a new contract, or you're down 1,000 or something. So I'd highly recommend one. For some people, I'd say they might need to work on the mounting brackets, but other than that, it's so good. If you're interested in one, I'll put a link in the description. It is an affiliate link, so it'll cost you nothing extra, and I'll get a small commission from each sale. So you'll be helping the channel, and you don't have to pay any extra. So it's a win-win for both of us. I'd really appreciate it if you're keen on one. Hit that link for $100 in Amazon Australia. Well worth it. Alright, enough about the GPS. The windscreen has definitely helped the wind hitting me in the chest area and lower face, so my chin isn't getting freezing, but it's kind of coming up here and hitting me straight in the helmet. I'd say 3/4 of the way up through my visor is where the wind's hitting. So it is an improvement, but me being me and wanting complete and utter comfortability, I've ordered just the little top windscreen to go on here, hoping that'll just put the wind over my head. And then if I do hard enduro, I'll just take that off, because it's just sort of a clip on, clip off kind of deal. But yeah, as I'm sitting here, I can hear AC/DC in the background in my ears. This pops in every now and then telling me where to go. What a setup, eh? For $100 plus the windscreen. I'll put the windscreen up for you as well. It's just an eBay job. Easy install, take your time, get the holes right so it's level, and away you go. You've just made your DRZ much more comfortable. I am noticing the seat, or should I say the piece of timber between my legs, is hard. So we'll get that concept seat soon. I have to grab a tank bag, maybe some rear luggage, and yeah, we're away. So stay tuned to the channel. There's going to be heaps of DRZ content coming up. We'll test the suspension out before and after on some tracks. I'm really looking forward to taking this thing out. I'll take it where I took the KLR. We'll do a comparison between the two. So heaps to come, guys. If you like this sort of thing, consider subscribing, hit the like button, comment if you want to be nice. If you don't comment. But yeah, keep your eyes on the channel. It's going to be a fun couple of months coming up. As always, ride safe, and I'll catch you in my mirrors.